Hello, my name's Andrew White. I'd like to talk to you today about landscape design and all the confusing names that us landscape designers like to call them. So, we're going to start with a landscape design that's created for your builder who submits it to the council for a town plan application. The council have certain requirements that they will ask for. Things like they want the planting list, they want to know where the grass is going. They want to look at the amount of permeability. In other words, how much of the surface can't be drained, like a solid paving that has concrete underneath it and you cannot get water through it, compared to grass, or compared to permeable paving, which allows water to flow through the gaps. Even decking would be permeable because the water would flow through. Your concrete driveway would not. So the purpose of that plan is very simple. And so it's actually usually a much lower cost to create that design. Moving from there, you have a concept design, and the confusion begins. So you see a concept design at White Gardens. We use a definition of the word concept as being a general idea or notion, which is in the dictionary. And if it's just a general idea, then it means it's all about the layout. That's its purpose. We want you to look at a concept design and see, there's the grass area. Yeah, I think that's big enough for my kids. Yes, that deck area, that looks really good for our entertainment space and that table. Yes, the paving around the pool. Yeah, that looks sufficient and I like it over there. It's all about the layout, the size of and the proportions of things. You don't want to get bogged down in which plant is that? What color is that? What type of paver is that? It's too early for that from our experience. But other designers will actually do a concept design that includes the plants and the materials. I've even seen a concept design that included all the levels and dimensions on it, and it was still called a concept design. They have a misunderstanding, and they give their misunderstanding to you and confuse you. So that's what you need to run into is when you're talking to a designer and they say, I'm going to create a concept design, ask the question, what's its purpose? What's going to be detailed in that particular design? So you have an understanding of what you're going to have delivered to you. Beyond that, you will have some people, like White Gardens, the next stage we call as a master plan. And for many people, a master plan applies to detailing all the plants, detailing all the materials, and little things like the colors of particular render color on the walls, for example. So it's finishes. That for us would be a master plan. Some people will not call it a master plan. They will call it design development, which is kind of what architects call. So it's following that same sort of vein of what they call it. But design development tends to be a master plan. Then you have construction drawings, or sometimes it's called working drawings. Now, these have the purpose to build from. You see, a master plan has a purpose that not necessarily build from because there's no dimensions on it. Its purpose was really so that a landscaper could create a quotation for it because all the details are there. But when you get into a working drawings or construction drawings, now it's got all the dimensions that will be used by a landscaper when they're on site to build from. So there are different designs you need to look at and find out what your needs are for your particular project and what will be included by the designer in what they're specifying. I hope that brings some clarity on the different types of designs and what you should expect.